Hey guys, it's Katie, and for today's video, I'm finally taking a look at The Sims 4 Tiny Living. I'm a little bit late to the party, but I wasn't initially interested in purchasing the pack. There's just certain packs. I don't want to buy everything just to have everything, if that makes sense. So there's a few packs that I've just elected to not have, for example, bowling night, and I haven't really felt like I missed out on that. I mean, I probably will get it at some point, but I've been perfectly fine without it. I don't know what possessed me to end up finally purchasing this pack, but I am glad that I did after building this home with it. There's some really great new items, very useful. I love the style, some good cast, but really it's all about those new items that we got. So I'm using quite a few of those in this build. But yeah, this is technically, I think it's a small home. I know there's the 3 tiers. I'm not quite sure. I know it said there at some point at the beginning, but yeah, I believe this is just considered a small home. It's not a tiny home, which makes sense. It's not, I didn't have to like use a Murphy bed or anything like that. I honestly didn't even think about that when I was making it. I did use that new entertainment center piece that came, which is really awesome. I'm very happy to have something like that. I'm kind of surprised we haven't had some of that type of things like that already. But that goes for a lot in The Sims 4. Well, with each new pack we get something new, and it's like, that kind of could have been in from the get-go, but I understand anyway. I'm not sure if I really like this build. I think it looks really good, especially after I get the landscaping and all in there, but I am not a person who builds modern homes. In real life, I'm not into that style. It looks good, and it's always like impressive to see houses like that in person, but I've never been interested in it at all. I'm very much more like, I like colonial style houses or like Tudor style houses, so that's just not what I build in The Sims because, it's just not what I'm into, I guess. But I am always super impressed with other people's modern builds because I feel like, especially in The Sims 4, with the items that we have, you can just like make, especially with move objects, you can make such incredible architectural details with some of the items that we get. Of course I didn't do anything like that because, I would need to practice a little bit, but yeah, this is kind of what I came up with. It's pretty much, just a rectangle at the end of the day. I really like that, little rooftop area. I feel like I see that a lot in modern houses, and I think it looks really good. It was a kind of a pain coming up with things to put in it, as I think I'm about to start on it. Maybe not yet, but here in a second I try to test some things and see what will work. But yeah, no, just some simple landscaping. I love doing that, resizing those rocks and just kind of flipping them around and rotating them to try to, kind of make it look organic. It's tedious, but it's worth it. It looks really good in the end, I feel like. So also love using those stones right there. You just put on the paint tool and especially like emphasize each stone with the paint tool and then go around and clean it up with the eraser, and you can make it look like real stepping stones instead of just a terrain paint. Gosh, I don't know about that door. That front door is kind of I'm not a huge fan of that. I probably should have used that clear one that I used on the second story as the front door. I am so obsessed with those windows. Are honestly what kind of inspired this build. I love, oh my gosh, Moschino's stuff is like, I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. I knew I had to have it when I first saw it because I did fashion in college for a couple of years, so before switching over to full marketing major. So I'm really into high fashion and stuff like that. I can't afford it myself, but I keep up with it. So when Moschino's stuff was announced, I was like, well, I have to buy that. Yeah, and honestly, yeah, the cast is pretty good, especially that slicked back hair, that like long slicked back hair. It's so nice. But no, it's really the build mode that is so impressive to me. Like, those windows are so perfect. Like, how long have we needed something like that? And the ones that are open, it looks incredible. However, I was looking, and the smaller version of that window that's right there, I don't think there's a closed version of it, or I'm just crazy, but I'm pretty sure that there's just that open version of it, which was fine, but I kind of would have wanted that, not the one in the kitchen, but the other one opposite of it. I kind of wanted that one to be closed, but yeah, I really like the way the kitchen turned out. It ended up popping a little island in there. I kind of did move objects to like squeeze it in there as good as I could, and just got done play testing this, so everything in the kitchen works. I was a little worried because I've never really gotten the island that close to the rest of the kitchen, so I wasn't sure if that the fridge would have functionality or not, but it ends up working. And I'm really proud of the dining room area. I mean, it's nothing special, but yeah, I kind of created like one of those little dining rooms that has a bench seat. Of course, it's completely non-functional, but I love the look of that, and it still seats 4, so it works. I was kind of concerned about fitting that living space, and you know, maybe, I don't know, some people might not like that I squeezed it back there, but I really think it looks really cozy and cute. And I'm so happy for that coffee table because it fits perfectly in there. Yeah, I don't know. I really think it's nice. I think it looks really cozy, and I love those new paintings. Some more of those paintings like the cats and dogs ones that are absolutely perfect and resize easily, and just all that cool stuff. What am I doing there? Oh yeah, that mirror was driving me absolutely insane. Like, I don't know if it's just me. It's up really, really high for some reason, and I mean, a lot of the mirrors in The Sims are like, you know, it's kind of a nightmare sometimes, but like that one was just like really, really high. Like, I don't know. Also, we need more showers like that. I was very happy to see. I used that Island Living shower in like, I've used it in so many builds, and like, yeah, we need more open showers like that because it's just like so much more realistic. And then there's the one from University that's like, you know, just a shower head on the wall. And yeah, that's another thing that it's like, why didn't we have that from the get-go? That just seems like no one has like a box shower like that. I mean, it's like not that common to have like a boxed in shower. And then of course, like, I know not to beat a dead horse because everyone talks about it, but the shower tub combos, like, oh my gosh. Yeah, the bedroom, not like super proud or happy with the bedroom. It's like kind of, I don't know, I could have put a little bit more work into it. It's a little bit empty, a little bit like devoid of personality. And I mean, I kind of thought that the whole house was at first. I struggled with this a little bit for some reason, but I just kind of ended up filling the space with plants, and like it just really, really brought it to life. I mean, really, you can't, I mean, and that's kind of like decorating real life too. I mean, it's sort of like when in doubt. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking right there. Please ignore that. That was so idiotic of me to even try. I don't know why I didn't. I knew that, you know, if you did that, if you built that pool like that, it was going to go down into the next level. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, oh shoot, what was I just talking about? Plants, yeah. I mean, you can't really go wrong. It usually just looks good. Oh, yeah, so there's just a little outdoor area right there with a grill. I think it looks okay. I really wanted to have a little party space, but just didn't really, I don't know. I liked it better with just the grill and the lounge chairs like that. So I don't know how much I'm actually going to make tiny homes. Like I said, it's probably just going to be me mainly using the pieces in other builds, because I mean, they are extremely functional. There's lots of good items like that would work with lots of styles. I can tell they're kind of going with the mid-century modern type of style, but I mean, like that little round coffee table is perfect. And also, like, finally a small coffee table and not like a giant, like, huge square of a coffee table. Like, that's actually a normal sized coffee table. Gosh, we've needed that for so long. And I mean, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm saying coffee table, I meant end table. That coffee table, though, I was gonna say, I also feel like it's smaller than any other one we have. Again, that might not be true, but oh, that arrow right there, what I was doing, I was trying to I was in, like, I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but if you've seen those like Prada Marfa signs, I'll put a picture up, and it's like an arrow pointing that are like in a lot of, it was like big on Pinterest like in like 2015 or so. I just remember it was a big trend, like in all the like the fashion blogger living rooms, they all had like a big Prada Marfa sign in there, and that's kind of what I was going for, but it looked ridiculous. So also those thermostats, I always resize them down because like they're like the size of a dinner plate, I feel like, and it looks so ridiculous. And yeah, there's me just like trying to inject some more like interest into this house that I felt like was kind of empty And, you know, the color scheme's already like, I mean, I get the black and white monochromatic thing. It's not for me though. And so it was just looking so bland. And I was like, we need to just like, you know, and I just decided to just like throw plants everywhere in the house. And it actually ended up looking really good. Under the staircase, I ended up putting a little group of plants down there. So I think it looked pretty good. One pack that is so underrated to me is Jungle Adventure, and not for the actual Jungle Adventure, the build items that it comes with. I mean, there are some incredible items in Jungle Adventure. Like, I would never have believed you if you told me that with Jungle Adventure we got like a whole new kitchen, bathroom, living room set, everything, and it was all really, really cool, and lots of new plants. And for example, what made me think of it is when I was furnishing that patio upstairs, they have that group of 3 plants, but then they also have them separated. And it's like, why can't other packs do that? It's such an obvious thing to do, and like, I don't feel like it should be hard. Those groups of plants that, you know, that are all one object, like, I mean, surely that's still 3 meshes that have been put together into one object. So it just seems so self-explanatory to, you know, have the separate ones as well. So I don't know. Just those little things sometimes that are a little bit frustrating, but I am thankful nonetheless. So also, I never use those basket shelves, even though it's such a nice item. I mean, look at those are perfect, and I never think to use them for some reason. I don't know. I don't use a lot of shelves in general though, because like, I don't know, I have a hard time filling them. I wish there were more things that could slot onto them. I know you can alt place it, but I don't always like having to do that, you know. We shouldn't have to do that, I feel like, with, you know, especially with like a larger shelf. That one's kind of small, but some of them, All right, so that about does it for today's build. I'm gonna pop this onto the gallery. Again, I have play tested it, so everything will work fine. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe. I do videos a few times a week. Don't have a set schedule yet, but I do videos as often as I can, so if you want to stick around, just hit subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.